If you want to keep up to date with all things Kingdom Hearts and this channel, then make sure to subscribe with notifications on. After the most recent Kingdom Hearts Union Cross update, the identity of who this Darkness character is has become more curious than ever. We recently learned the full-ish mystery surrounding Shrillicia's death in a Union Cross update earlier this month. We found out in this update that Ventus was innocent and that he was being controlled by a dark presence, likely being the Darkness we see talking with Maleficent in multiple updates and in this one. So to all of you people who wanted Ventus to be this super villain-like character, you guys actually wanted him to be the one to murder Shrillizia? Well, too bad. Our boy is innocent. We know about how Ventus says that he got the book from Lady Ava, but clearly that wasn't the case. As Darkness stepped into the light in this update, you can see them appearing to be Master Ava to fool Ventus. We know that Darkness can shapeshift, and we also know that Ava at this current point in time would be busy fighting Luxu, since remember, Shrillicia's death takes place almost immediately after the cutscene with the player and Skull talking to Gula as the bell tolls for the final battle, the Keyblade War in Key Browser, which you can experience in the Keyblade War event in Kingdom Hearts Union Cross. It's not entirely impossible for Ava to actually be here, but it's extremely unlikely. Darkness in a new cutscene with Maleficent in the story update tells Maleficent about how they are back in the real world now after their encounter with Marluxia using the Ark, being out of the data world they were previously in and now can be sent back to her original time. When Maleficent asks if Darkness is coming, she points out how Darkness has no flesh, so surely it'd be able to make the trip, which is something we never knew before for certain because this shadowy figure could easily be just a intentional thing by the development team to masquerade the appearance of Darkness for a later reveal. However, now knowing that this being has no flesh brings up the question of Darkness being a time traveler, since we can now compare the being of Darkness to a similar being we saw in Kingdom Hearts 1 of Xehanort reduced to just a heart. We don't know if these two beings work the exact same though, but we can at least make the comparison between the two that neither have a body and are there in presence alone, it seems. Darkness says Maleficent has no need for more darkness and that their work here is not done. So what exactly is it that Darkness is planning on doing? Are they going to go back to the data world and mess with things there? Or is Darkness planning on doing something crazy in the real Daybreak Town? I really want to know now more than ever who this character is. They have knowledge of the Book of Prophecies and its contents, know of the Master of Masters, and has cast aside their body for a unspecified purpose. This Darkness being could be Luxu preparing to change bodies potentially and handing down the Keyblade, since remember, as the secret reports in Kingdom Hearts 3 stated or hinted, one of these 5 are going to be the first person to receive the Keyblade that Luxu has. So he's going to be bequeathing his Keyblade to one of these 5 Union leaders, and we don't know which one yet. It could be any of them. But I'm not necessarily saying it's Luxu exactly. I'm bringing up the topic of who it might be in general. It's something that we've theorized about for so long, and it feels like they might finally be on the tip of revealing it. We now know that Darkness was indeed involved in the killing of Shrillizia and used Ventus as a vessel to do it, though the only unsolved mystery surrounding her death now is what was the intention? Why did Darkness do it? What effect will Shrillizia have had later on that meant she had to pass now? Why specifically Ventus over someone like Demyx or Larxene? Why did it have to be Ventus to take her spot? Or rather, what effect does her passing bring to the future of the series that's so vital? It's additionally very important to note that this cutscene is in the exact same update as the Master's continuation to his conversation with Luxu from last year, where they were in the control room discussing the events that would happen in Key. And in this cutscene, he gives hints about his plan to defeat the Darkness. I think the coincidence of these two cutscenes being in the same update should not go unnoticed. Darkness is both a very specific and vague term in the Kingdom Hearts franchise, but Nomura does always like to drop clues, even if they are in the most indirect ways. This darkness being could be very similar to the darkness that the Master was fighting in his youth potentially. This darkness could be the same darkness we're fighting now and we don't even realize it yet. It's honestly all up in the air, but I've said darkness so many times in this video that I think I'm about to go insane, so I think I'll end the discussion here and let it be continued in the comments. Let me know your thoughts about this character and who you think they are down below, or what do you think they are. I likely will have more theories and discussions to come about darkness in this game in the future, but until then though, if you enjoyed today's video, you already know what to do. Leave a like, share the video with a friend or a family member, and last but not least, if not already, and want to become a part of the union, all you have to do is hit that red little subscribe button down below. My name is Prodigy, and I will talk to you guys soon. Peace out, you guys.